we want to solve these two exponential equations simultaneously, right? So these are two exponential equations that we are given. Now, if you don't know what exponential equation is, what it is that if you have 2 exponent 2, that is equal to 2 multiplied by 2. Is that okay? Meaning that we are multiplying the 2 times. So what about if you have 2 exponent x? So the x here is exactly what we don't know, right? So we need to find the values of the x and see how many times this 2 has been raised into. This is what we are calling what exponential equation. I have a full video on all these definitions, so you may consider checking the playlist down below. The basic idea in solving exponential equation is to make sure that the two bases are the same. So if you say I have 3 exponents of x here, that is equal to 3 squared. What I'm trying to say here is that your aim or your target here is to make sure that the bases, these two numbers are the same. So if that happens, we can easily equate the exponent. So here we have the values of the x to be equal to 2, right? So this can only happen if the two bases here, these two numbers on the side of the equal sign are the same, right? That is the main target. Now, so with that idea, we can easily come here. We are going to solve these two equations simultaneously, right? So here, our target is to make sure that we have this base and whatever is here are having the same number, right? So the bases has to be the same in order for us to equate the exponent in these two given equations. So from the first part here, we are giving 4 raised to the power 2x and then plus y, that is equal to 1 on 256, right? So what is the target? The target here is to rewrite this guy to have the base 4. So here we can have 4 2x here plus y, everything is equal to 1 on, we are just manipulating this number, right? So maybe 4 raised to the power 4 raised to the power 4, right? So meaning that 4 is being multiplied 4 times to see if you can get this number. So maybe this is what I'm trying to say, 4 by 4 and then by 4 and then by 4, right? So check the value of this thing and see if you are going to have the same as your 256. That is the target, right? So if that happens, then we can proceed from this point. So here we are having 2x plus y, that is equal to, this guy can be rewrite as what, 4 raised to the power negative 1, right? So negative, yeah, this guy tends to the exponent to be a negative 4, right? So this is what I'm trying to do here. So here we can rewrite this guy, this thing here, as what, 4 exponent for everything raised to the power negative 4, right? This negative sign tends up. So if you have something like this, 1 on 2, it can be written as what, 2 raised to the power negative 4. Is that okay? Which gives you the same value. So here, if I have what, 1 on what, 4 raised to the power 4, I can rewrite it like this. Is that okay? So perfect. Now we can proceed here and say that we have 4 raised to the power 2s plus y, that is equal to, these two people are multiplying, the exponents are multiplying, right? So we have 4 raised to the power negative 4. Boom, we are there, right? This is where we are heading towards. So once we have the basis to be the same, we can easily equate to the exponent. So this implies that we have a 2x here plus what, plus y equal to what, negative 4. Is that okay? So that is where we are heading towards. So now we can name this one to be our equation 1. Now let's come back to the second part. Here is what the equation 2. There, with the same idea, this thing is just telling you that the two people are multiplying, right? This is what, a dot, meaning that they are multiplying. What is the target? The target is to make sure that we are seeing the same number across, right? So the bezels all has to be the same. So here, the key here is that you have to make sure that we are dealing with the smallest numbers among all. So what happens? You can easily reduce from here. You can easily reduce this guy, that's the 2 exponent s multiplied by what? This 4 here can be written as 2 raised to the power 2, right? Remember, there's y here. Is that okay? The 4 here just tends to be what? 2 exponent of 2. That is equal to, here it will be what? 2 raised to the power 3, right? 2 exponent 3. Now here you can see that the exponents are multiplied. So here we have our 2x here dot what, 2 raised to the power 2y, right? And then that is equal to 2 raised to the power 3. Is that okay? So what is happening? These two people are multiplying, right? Remember the law of index of we have a full lesson on what exponential equations or anything that you want to see under exponential equation. Make sure that you comment in the comment section below, right? So here these two people are multiplying. If they are multiplying, what happens to the exponent? Since these bases are this is a law, right? Is there a law that you must obey? The black marker here is being used against the whiteboard, right? For us to write on it. So the law here is saying that if these two people are multiplying and the bases are the same, right? We can easily add their exponent, right? We can easily add their exponent. So what happens is now if you add this x plus or 2y, everything is going to be equal to 3 because we have the same basis across, right? So perfect. These are the two equations that we are having, right? So from here we had x plus of 2y equal to 3 to be our second equation, and then from here we had the first equation to be 2x plus or y equal to negative 4, right? So these are what the two people that we are having. Now we can easily solve these two equations simultaneously. If you don't know how to solve these equations simultaneously, try it and subscribe to the channel, right? Comment in the comment section below if you don't know how to. So there are two ways of solving any simultaneous equation, right? So here mostly that is the basic one. So by elimination and by what substitution, right? So we have two methods here. So whichever method you are comfortable with is accepted since you are not restricted, right? So since you are not restricted, you can apply any of the two methods. So here, someone will choose for a substitution or another person can choose for elimination. The elimination means that we are going to eliminate one of these two variables in order for us to have a simple method, right? So here, I'm going to multiply. Someone can choose to multiply this equation by 2, right? So the first one by 2 or maybe the second one by 2. Whichever method is all accepted, right? But here, let me multiply the second equation. So we are going to multiply equation, right? So multiply equation or equation 2 here, right? Equation 2 by what? By 2, right? Meaning that we are multiplying. Let me use a reference so you can see that we are multiplying the equation 2 by 2. So here we have what 2x, right? So 2 multiplied by this one will give us 2. 2 multiplied by this one will be a positive 4y, and then 2 multiplied by this one will give us 6, right? So maybe to differentiate it, you can decide to name this one equation 3, right? Just for differentiation. Now you can subtract the equation 1 and then equation 2. So here I'm going to say subtract, right? So we are going to subtract equation what? Here is what? Equation 3, right? Minus what? Equation what? Equation what? 1, right? So that is the reason why we are multiplying. Since we multiply, we want one of the variable to eliminate. So let's do the subtraction. Okay, so perfect. Here's the equation 3, right? So we have the 2x plus 4y equal to 6, and then we add equation 1. So we are going to subtract, right? So equation 1, that's the 2x plus what y equal to negative 4, right? So we are subtracting, right? You know how to subtract already. So what do you do? Remember, yes, everything is being subtracted, right? So you had what 6 here minus what minus 4, right? Remember what is happening. So here we are going to have the value to be here tends to be positive because of this or minus. So the minus is affecting everything here, right? So 6, this is what I'm trying to say here. So 6 minus and then minus what? What? Is that okay? So that's what 6 plus or plus 4. So here is going to be 10, and then we have the equal to sign here. We have the 4 minus what 1, right? So 4y minus 1, that is going to be 3y, and then this 2 minus 2, this guy vanished. That is exactly what we are calling what elimination, right? So this guy will vanish. So here we are having what 3y equal to 10. So what are we looking for? We are looking for the y. So we divide both sides by 3, right? So then divide here by 3. So you have your y to be equal to 10 on what 10 on 3. Now that we manage to have one of the variable to be what y is equal to 10 on 3, what are we going to do? So we just need to take this guy and plug that in any of these two equations, right? Any of these two equations. Remember, not this one, because we are the one who introduced this part of the equation. So the original equation here is where we are going to plug the value for. Either you can plug it here or here. You are going to arrive at the same answer, right? Nobody cares. Nobody. You are not restricted to apply it or here, right? So whatever you see the y here, we are going to replace that by what? By 10 on 3. So maybe I will go for the first equation. So here you have a 2x plus our y is equal to 10 on 3, right? From here we are just replacing that is equal to -4. So I guess you should pause the video and try and sub. So here what are you going to do is subtract 10 on 3 from both sides of the equation, right? So here you have your 2x that is equal to subtract 10 on 3 from this point here. So here we are going to have -4. So here you also have minus 10 on 3, right? So how are you going to solve? You first of all must solve this part of the equation. Remember, this is a fraction, so this is what, on 1. So once again, there's a full video on fraction, right? So make sure that you check what the playlist down below, right? So here you solve this thing by subtraction. So try and give me the answer to the values of the x in the comment section below, right? So if you are facing any difficult, try and give me a comment in the comment section below.